Hello, let's start with adding some background color. Then let's select monoline brush, white color, and then let's draw a circle. Then tap a finger to make it perfect round circle, and then adjust and make it to the center. If you see, I have turned my snapping on at the bottom, and then you see that yellow lines. Now it is in center. New layer and make it clipping mask, and drawing guides, set the radial, um, and then select red color, more a darker red, we can say as maroon color, and then draw a line like this, and then merge it down with the bottom white layer, and then enable drawing assistant and add color to one of that section. It will color other one as well. Now as we are done with the drawing assistant, let's disable, and then let's create a new layer. Just for the backup, I just duplicated the previous layer. Now let's make it small and put it at top left, and let's use smudge tool, but I think here my drawing assist is still enabled, so I just disabled it. Now try a couple of times to draw hello. Just ensure that the circle is bigger. So here I just ensure that the circle is big enough, and I'm pulling from the center of it. As you can see, it's now clear. The pull is worked well, so I'm making it in the center. That's done. Now let's create another layer and set it to the multiply and clipping mask, and let's select script, and by zooming in, I'm just here highlighting the bottom part so that it looks like a 3D one. So whatever the overlapping parts are there, I'm adding more darker color, just to give an impression that those are the behind, and some shadow is getting applied, or it is falling onto that part. This gives more of a 3D effect. So you don't need to be perfect here. Just wherever you see overlapping parts, add this highlight. I'm just adding on a couple of places, as you can see. Yeah, now I think this looks good. Just ensure that you're covered most of the places. Then let's decrease the opacity, and then add some Gaussian blur to it, because we don't want it to be too dark, but at the same time want that effect. So add new layer, and then keep that as a screen, and then I'm selecting a light pen from the luminance, just to add extra bit of lightness, like there is some light effect on this text, which is in the front parts. So whatever front part is there, I'm adding more of this light, as you see. And for the color, I just took a bit lighter color. Earlier we took a dark red, right? This time I took the bit lighter, or the perfect red, I would say. Here also I'm just drawing a bit of vertical random lines, This also no need to be perfect, but yeah, shades here and there, light here and there. And then Gaussian blur and the opacity will make it bit more realistic. Then duplicate the layer hello, and turn on alpha lock, and take the dark color and click on the fill layer, and then disable that alpha lock, and using the selection tool just reposition it a bit, and then use the Gaussian blur to give some background shadow effect and decrease the opacity. Now as we are done, let's add new layer, and then from my 3D brushes I'm using this one brush, and selecting very dark green color. You can take, instead of this 3D brush, if you have any other any other brush, you can use that, or simple monoline brush with some dark color on top of it would also give some shadow to that, which will look more of 3D. Now once I'm satisfied with the this line and the curve, I'm adding a bit of I would say leaves or spikes to this at the different places. This 3D brush, I will make it available soon. It's actually very easy. Yep. And I will also make it available for freely. Okay, now we are done with adding the spikes. Let's merge both of the layers, and then after zoom, so we want to make it pass through the letters. So for that, let's using the eraser, let's remove some of the parts of the stem. So here, as you see, I just removed and that gives more of 3D look to it, and it feels like that stem is going through that letters. Yeah, I think this looks better now, and let's give some shadow as well. So let's duplicate this layer, and then enable alpha lock as we did before for the shadow, and color it with the dark color, then disable the alpha lock, and then reposition a bit using selection tool, the arrow one, and then use the Gaussian blur to blur a bit. Wherever you feel it looks more good, you can stop there. I just stopped at the 10%. Then decrease the opacity as well, so that it is very light. Here I tried few other things, but yeah, this looks better, I think. Now let's add a layer at the bottom, just above the background, and then I'm using my snowflake brush. With white color, I'm adding some background. This snowflake brush is free, by the way, on my website. I will add link in the description. And then also I created one more layer clipping mask to the hello, and then also adding this snowflake on top of this as well, just to give some texture as well. Let's just decrease some opacity to this, and this looks okay. And you select the selection tool, warp, and then select advanced mesh. We'll just tweak a bit so that it doesn't look flat, so that it looks like more of texture on the text. Now this looks good. I think, yeah, that's it. Thank you. Check my other videos too and subscribe. Thank you.